There was a movie, one of my favorite movies with Will Smith in it. It was called The Pursuit of Happiness. And throughout the movie, some of his themes for different moments in his life, he says, this part of my life is called running, or this part of my life is called happiness. And so that inspired me to do a series of videos that will be based on, this theme. So to start this theme, I want to talk about my MS. And I want to talk about how I was diagnosed, what made me want to go find out about it, and what's going on up till this point. So around December, shortly before Christmas, I started having these pains on the right side of my temple. They would be really sharp and very, very painful, and it would only last for like 2 seconds. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna go see what this is all about. Go to the doctor. The doctor said we can run a CT scan or do an MRI. What do you want? Or we can up your dose on your migraine medicine. I was like, I'll just try the migraine medicine first. A week goes by. The problem didn't quite go away, so I went back. I called her. I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna try MRI. She scheduled me an MRI. I did a video about me going to get my MRI done, and then by the end of that video, I guess she got the results that same day. And before I could edit the video, she called me, left a voicemail, and was telling me not to worry, don't get, not to be too concerned, that shows, there are options for me. But she didn't leave on the voicemail what it was. So I called the next day. She's like, well, it looks like MS. Me, I'm like, what the heck is MS? She's like, but I'm gonna send you to a neurologist. And that's what she did. She scheduled me an appointment for a neurologist. I went to this neurologist a couple weeks later and talked to him about my condition and what she thought it was. He sent me off for 3 more MRIs, one of my brain, my neck, and my upper spine. And I went back a few weeks later and to a follow-up, and he was like, yep, there's lesions in your brain, there's lesions in your neck, and there are lesions in your upper spine. And still, I'm like, what the heck is all this? And so I kind of put it on the back burner for a while because it was affecting work. It was affecting work without dealing with it because of the pain and the inability to walk upright completely. I would literally fake stand, I'd fake it like I could stand well, but I couldn't. I just put up with a lot of the symptoms with it for 6 months. And I would get in trouble for my performance and productivity. And, almost a month ago now, just about a month ago, I think it's 3 weeks ago, I hit my year at this new company I've been at, and it's literally 5 days later after I hit my year mark, which opened me up to be able to take FMLA, I started having trouble with my vision. I thought I was just exhausted, and I went to sleep that night and I woke up the next morning and it was worse. It almost felt like somebody took Vaseline and wiped it over my eyeball on just the left corner of it, and everything seemed blurry. So I went the whole weekend like that, and on Monday I had to go to work again. And I get to work and I tell everybody, hey, my vision's a little iffy, if I'm moving a little slower or if I'm having issues, just know that I'm kind of struggling with my vision. I couldn't just completely not see to where I couldn't do my job, but it was difficult to read the paperwork because the white sheets of paper seemed awfully bright and distorted, but I could make out the words still if I just focused on it. And after doing the first truck I had to unload, I was dizzy, nauseous, because I have to move quickly and turn my head rapidly, and it was disrupting my ability to work. And so I told my manager, and I ended up going to the hospital that night, and my blood pressure was really high. Um, Earlier that day, I had already made a scheduled appointment for that Thursday to go in to see the neurologist again. And the hospital gave me a prescription for my blood pressure. And on Thursday, so I didn't go back to work that night or the next day. But on Thursday, I went to my appointment. I told my doctor, and he said, hey, we're gonna need you to get a spinal tap. You still haven't done that. There's a few things I need you to do.